Welcome, everyone. Welcome back. Today is a lovely day on Sunday. Yes, yesterday God gave me the rain and the cold, and I still had a wonderful party. And I got to meet two wonderful candidates that we should all support. Corey Perella, he is for Hispanics, and he will make sure that he upholds your rights and upholds the Constitution and raises your voices, and we'll have a competent legislator if you vote for Corey Perella. I am for Corey, and I hope he wins his race against his selfish opponent. The other candidate that I had a pleasure of meeting was Jennifer Qualteri. And I think you should vote for her. She is competent. She's an accountant. She's nice. She's humble. We need humble people as legislators advocating for our rights. And I think she is knowledgeable, and she will learn rather quickly how to represent you and uphold the Constitution. We need to vote out. We need to get out, because she doesn't represent the people of Colorado. So I hope you vote for her in, and I hope you vote for me too, because together, all of us can make a difference. And we can unite everyone better than the Democrats have been doing. And as a as a person, an American who was raised by Cubans, I have to tell you that, take my word for it, please vote the Democrats out of office. We have way too many Marxists, and they are destroying our country. And with that, I want to talk about something that's near and dear to me. That is the progressive movement. The progressive movement of today is not the progressive movement of women of yesteryears. 100 years ago, well, over 100 years ago, we had progressive women who had principle. Our Democrat friends, our women progressives, do not have principle. They don't have virtue. They don't have character. They're spineless. They're evil. And their only interest is to stay in power and make money off of you. So, with that, do you know this wonderful age we live in? All the world is waking up. All the world is trying to do better, trying to grow happier, loftier world. However, today, instead of hopefulness in the very air we breathe, there is fear, worry, and anxiety. Created by the Democrats, of course. There is a desire for understanding not one another, better to work better, and for the better of all. But there is a desire for understanding what is the role of government and how can government make things better. So I work and live to make my life better. That is what people are thinking today. That is not what people were thinking 100+ years ago. Some of you saw me run last fall in the school board elections. I did rather well, thank you. I ran my own campaign. I supported my own campaign. I got support, surprisingly, from the people of Colorado. And I actually ran neck and neck with Jane Shirley, a progressive woman who actually I felt had principle. Jane Shirley was the only candidate that in the end, if I wasn't running, I probably would have voted for her. But she is progressive. And she is today's progressive, not yesteryear's. However, I think she had more brains than everyone put together in our panel, except for me, of course. And we actually were tied in the race. There were 6 of us, and me and her were third. And that, it was a miracle, because I wasn't expecting to gain any votes at all. My only goal in the school board race was to be a different voice, to bring out different issues that the left doesn't want to talk about. Like, for example, the literacy issue. Did you know that before I ran, DPS was already silencing me? They did not want to promote my books. They did not want to give me a space in their schools. I struggled with the bureaucracy of DPS. And so I said, well, if you're going to silence me and not answer my questions as a citizen who pays into the school system, well, I'm going to run for office. And that was my goal. And today, my goal is to run against an incompetent Caucasian woman who got appointed by Jeff Bridges in 2019 to represent House District 3. And I am not satisfied with having her represent my voice as a Hispanic. Because she laughed on the freaking panel while 350 plus people were testifying against her abortion bill. She did not care about the people and their desires against abortion. Most of those people there were Democrats. I had no idea how many Democrats were pro-life until I went to the abortion hearing. We need to repeal this law because it doesn't even fall into place with Roe versus Wade. And we need to have a real discussion with competent leaders. No, this is not about banning abortion or abortion rights or women's rights. Come on, I'm a woman. This is about killing an innocent life who has started its life in a mother's womb, and who the mother is being told that her baby is a clump of cells and it's not even there. It's not even alive. And the media won't cover it. And Republicans are afraid to talk about it. But I'm not. And the media might be afraid of me because I'm smart, Hispanic woman who actually knows the law. Did you know that Planned Parenthood and ACLU booted me out of their training just because I asked legal questions? Yeah, they did. It's amazing. They don't want to talk about it either. They don't want to debate. They want to make you believe that we have a right to kill our freaking life, our own baby that God gave you for a reason. Mothers who get pregnant are blessed with learning about a new role that they have to take on. Before I gave birth to my son, I said to myself, what more is there to life other than going to college? What more? What more is there to life? Living for yourselves. What am I living for? So some of you saw me run last fall, and saw me engage in literacy. Parents are trying to understand what their children are learning, to determine what is the best to be done, and then to set about doing it. Lifting as we climb used to be the African American woman's model in 1911. Today, people are trying to climb without looking behind them. You would think that these people would try to push those behind them upward with them, but instead, these people are leaving them alone to struggle up the mountain. That's equity in a heartbeat. Equity is, we're going to push you down the mountain, and we're going to push these people up the mountain just because you're white, you're privileged. Well, that's not America. America is not about equal outcome. We all are equal. We are all created equal in God's image. And when you do something to your neighbor, you're doing it onto yourself. We live first and foremost for others, and then for ourselves. Today we are fighting against evil. We hope and believe that we can find a leader to unite us again. We hope and believe that our neighbors will hold out their hands as they climb, are trying to draw others up where they can find footing, and climb joyfully in their turn, helping those below. It is up to us to help others and lift others up. It's not up to the government to lift others up. It's our jobs individually, working together to make our freaking world better. It's not the government's job. The government's job is to protect our life, our liberty, and our pursuit of happiness. There are signs all about us. People want to work for good and the beautiful earth, and for better, happier, wiser, nobler people to inhabit this earth. The place to begin is with ourselves. If all of us are working to become better people, then you will know the world is better. What is goodness? Comment below and let me know, okay? Tell me, what is goodness? People have no idea today what it means to be good. Back then, people knew because they read the Bible. Back then, if you interrupted a person who was reading the Bible, they would scowl at you and say, "Move along, don't bother me." Today, people scowl at you if you just say hi to them. Today, we don't have a common ethical standard like we did then. America was a biblical, ethical country. We put God first in America. Our government has made people believe that they can make up their goodness definition. When people come to you, bothering you to do this and that, all you need to do is scowl at them and say, "Go away. Leave me alone." No longer are we reading the Bible. Do you read the Bible? Comment below and let me know. I do. I try. And I try to instill it in my son. Children might come and want to play. Young girls might sit alone wishing for sympathy. Yeah, because we girls, we're emotional. We need others every now and again. I need others too. Boys might need you. Your mothers and fathers who are growing old might need you to comfort them and say a loving word. Neighbors might need help. Your house or yard might need cleaning. But we ignore them all and do busy work. And you are being just good today, just for doing busy work. Minding your own business. And your conscience isn't even tapped. Today, we have no idea what goodness is. Because goodness is in the Bible, defined in the Bible. And we don't have a common ethical standard anymore. The government is actually sharing their values with you and creating your new religion. There are two kinds of duties in this world. The duty to others and the duty to self. We all live in relation. We don't stand by ourselves. We don't move or act without the relations of others. Someone is going to feel good or bad, be helped or hindered by what we do or don't do. What the media did, they wanted to hinder me. They wanted to demoralize me. They wanted to bend me. But you know what? I have God in my life. And as long as I'm serving Him, He's going to watch out for me. Our life comes in relation with other people's lives. And our purpose, set by God, and our conscience is to make these relations just as strong, beautiful, and helpful. I'm a mother. My first relation is with my child. This is the closest relationship in the world, and it is the most important. I'm telling you that my vocation as a mother is one of the best vocations that anyone can have. Why would you want to kill your baby? Why do you want to end his life? I have no idea. Please comment below and let me know why. Why would you end his life? You made a mistake. You got pregnant. Now take responsibility for it. Unless, of course, there's an excuse. Because, we live in a world that we have laws, and we have exceptions, and exceptions, and exceptions, and exceptions. So you can make exceptions in the law. But you don't have any right to just kill a baby, a life, growing inside of you, willy-nilly. Life does begin at conception. Your life began at conception. You've got a purpose in this life. The welfare and happiness of the whole world depends just on my relationship with my son. If I don't win this race, who cares? I'll just go back to being a homeschool mom. I enjoy it. But I can't stand here and watch my country as it is destroyed. What a mother thinks of her kids, their love for them, care, teach, raise them, what she thinks of them is very important. How she raises them to be intelligent humans, good and loving and helpful, be good citizens, industrious, better men and women than their parents were. If you're a mom, that's the most important relation in life. Your job is the most important job in the whole entire world. Your job is to make sure your kids grow up to be good kids. Your job is to make sure you raise and train your kids to be good people. That's worth living for. Then make sure you have a good relation with your parents, so your parents' days are long and happy in this land our Lord has given them. Honor your parents. That is a Bible directly from the Ten Commandments. Honor your parents so that they can be happy for the rest of their lives. Are you a wife? Then try to live lovingly and nobly with the man you have chosen. Be his friend. Be a good comrade, as well as a wife. Are you a husband? Do the same for your wife. Support her. Love her. Lift her up and defend her. Our government has manipulated our sense of what it means to be good. Our government has manipulated our beliefs. What we used to believe of each role in relation to the people in our community has been manipulated by the government. And that should make you pissed off. It does me. That's why I'm running. Even what it means to be a citizen has changed. What is a good citizen? Our duties to others has changed. Now, as personal relation. Now for the personal relation. Your relationship with yourself. We are told we have a duty to ourselves. But what do we need to do for ourselves? It used to be that we improve ourselves, our minds, our hearts, so we are the best self and the most noblest humans possible. We owe it to ourselves because God is in us. If He is in us, we owe it to ourselves because we have reverence to the divine, because we want to take all the waste and all the lesser good that is in us and change it for the better, because that is what is the right thing to do. We want to be ambitious for ourselves, ambitious in the right way. We don't want to step on other people's toes or take what's not ours or push and shove others to be number one. Do you? That's ambition gone mad. This equity thing is ambition gone mad. Equity, as the left has termed it, is selfish and prideful and sinful. It's not good for anyone, and it's not good for yourself. But we want to forge ahead with good qualities. We want to improve ourselves every day and be wiser than yesterday. We want to think right thoughts and do good acts. We don't need books. We don't need book learning to do good deeds. But books, the right kind of books, improve your mind and help you learn to be good. In books, we learn about the past and get good ideas that help propel you towards a better future. That's why reading is so important. And that's why I advocate literacy. Good literacy is not being taught in our schools today. We're not teaching our kids to read well, proficiently, so that they can have a better tomorrow. No, we're not. Our schools are not teaching that. They're not teaching good math skills. They're not teaching good writing skills. The wrong books will make you poor, cloud your thinking with evil thoughts, and choke your soul. Good books help you think straight. Help you think hard and act with intelligence, intellectual purpose. Good books and the love of reading help you be good. That's why I was a part of Osborne Books and More, because they were good books for children to read. And the schools, it's really hard to bring good books into our schools today. You need to be able to feed your mind with wholesome food that will repay you and make your life sweeter and richer. You need to begin to study and think. That's my role in my life. God gave me the gift of learning, and I learn pretty well. I'm the jack of all trades. We want to keep ourselves pure and straight and strong. We want our kids today. It's what our kids want today and all over the world. Look before you leap. Think. And think hard before giving away your emotions, before you're giving away your emotional nuances, before doing that which you may be sorry. Am I sorry for what I did? For twisting the media and baiting them? No, because it's not true. I thought about it. I said, what would happen if I changed this word? What would happen? The media took it on, and they smeared me. They tried to demoralize me. That's what they did. Because somebody told me that they're afraid of me. Is that true? I think so. Because I'm sorry. We want to bring the head and the heart. We want to teach ourselves restraint, self-control, poise, and dignity. And I thank my grandparents and my parents for teaching me this. Yep. Through modeling school and acting, I learned. And through my religious training, I learned restraint, self-control, poise, and dignity. I do have character, and the media can attack me because God is in me. And I'm serving Him, and I'm serving you by bringing you goodness. We want to hold ourselves, our bodies, our nature, as something sacred. So good dwells in us. Our government does not want good to dwell in us. That's why they're pushing the culture of death. Abortion is not goodness. It's not women's rights. It's abruptly ending a life. That is not good for us women. That is not good for the government or our people. And that does not make us better off. It makes us American genocide. We should want to be a clean and beautiful church for him to dwell in. You see, when I talk, our bodies are our church, our temple. We should want to make it clean and beautiful so that God can dwell in us, so that goodness can emanate through us. We want to think kindly and charitable with love for all people. I guess that's one of the things that Black Lives Matter put out in their signs. Love is love, right? But what is love? God is love. They forgot to put God in front. We want to be honest, faithful, strong, chaste, and wise. We want to make what is best inside better. But the government wants to make what is best inside worse. To love God is to love all the purposes and works of God. It is to love the good and try to realize it within ourselves. To love thy neighbor is to love and to be helpful to all the world and men and animals, for they are our neighbors. We need to put ourselves right in relation with others. You will do what you get out to do, and nobody will be able to bend or break you. If you do God's work. To be in unity means, as Americans, we need to bundle each other up again. Because the government has unbundled us. And now we are each going about our life by ourselves. And we could be broken if we don't bundle up again as Americans. And Marla Fernandez, vote for me because I'm competent. I will stand up for your rights. I will uphold the Constitution and raise your voice back into the government where it should be. But I can't do this by myself. I need your help. And the only way is by you activating at the grassroots level. Please vote red this election. Please vote down the line red. Every Republican that is in our ballot, vote them into office. And if they turn out to be sour and not good, just vote them out of office next 2 years. Your voice matters. And the Democrats, they're not listening to you. So please vote every single Democrat on the ballot out. They're all evil and working for themselves and their power. You know, Steve Woodrow, I was at a picnic for HD6. That was his district. He was redistricted into a different neighborhood. And you know what he said? We need to stay in power. They just want power. That's it. The Democrats are very good at working together as a party, but they don't listen to the people that make up their party. And that's why the smart Democrats need to vote them out. To send a message that they don't do that. That your voice matters. And please vote for me. I will make sure that your voice is heard. Or my name is not Marla Benavides. Or, sorry, Marla Fernandez. Literacy matters. Our biblical ethical standard matters. It's what makes us American. The Constitution is what makes us American. Thank you.